Yeah.
So Nate, I'd love to get your comment on the following issue. Since we started building this program, I've had more and more physicians coming to me saying, help me, I'm burnt out. And then one of the first questions I ask them is, when did you graduate from residency? Thinking it's like 15, 20 years ago. And they're saying like 2 or 3 years ago. I think we have a crisis in emergency medicine. And I know this course is not just for emergency medicine, but that's our field. What are your thoughts around the sustainability of this specialty?
I think you got to be really mindful that, in medicine, there's a lot of delayed gratification. And when you come out of residency, often you think you're kind of, you're at the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And I think one of the things that really drives burnout in physicians is massive expansion of lifestyle and expenses. At the same time, income grows. And then you end up in a situation where, you're forced to work 16 shifts a month or whatever it is to pay your obligations. You've got student loans. And if you had just delayed gratification a little bit and kept your lifestyle lean and had more in the way of financial cushion, you wouldn't be forced to work as much. And you could have more time to do things that kind of recharge and renew you rather than, facing a whole bunch of work. And yeah, I think that's a dynamic that I've seen a lot of. I also think that there's been a seismic shift in the way younger people approach work. And I think a lot of it, to be honest, is probably healthy. They saw their older parents get, burned out, get divorced, die young after giving decades to their career. And, they want more balance, and they don't really, want to be, working 80 hours a week. And I think there's probably, like many things, a pendulum that, swings from one side to the other. And that maybe we're at, one extreme of that now from a, young physician standpoint. But some of that change is healthy. I know that, I think the three of us are on the side where we all trained before the laws changed. I remember doing every other night call for, 59 days in a row. I mean, it's not good for you. And so I think there's some healthiness to it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I fully understand the burnout in people when they're so earlier in their career. I do know there are people that even in training, in their heart of hearts, they know that they're kind of doing the wrong thing. But at that point, you have so much invested in it that it's very hard to do anything about it. And then you finish, you get a job, and now you really feel trapped because you've got these student loans.